Did you know that while Subaru is busy snooping into the life of a small, innocent girl, Garfiel is on the verge of death, and the only one who can save him is Liliana? Word is that after defeating the temple guardians watching over the tomb of the Witch of Priestella, Garfiel and his group make their way into the deepest part of the underground. The moment they step inside, an absolute sense of oppression hits them. It's an actual physical pressure, as if the air itself had an immense weight pinning their limbs down. Garfiel, the strongest of the group, suffers the most. He's pinned to the ground, unable to lift a finger. Ezzo and Ricardo barely manage to stay on one knee through superhuman effort. And just like Subaru and his group heard a voice during the trials, those present also hear a voice warning them that sin will become an inescapable wedge as it announces a trial. Ezzo understands this isn't conventional magic, but a trial based on the heart. He knows this because in the past he owned a media that produced similar effects, referencing the time he first met Subaru. From the voice, they deduce that the weight they're experiencing corresponds to the burden of their past sins and guilt. This explains why Garfiel, with his trauma-filled past, suffers the heaviest load, though he was more annoyed that the word trial reminded him of a place he'd rather not remember. While Ricardo jokes bitterly about his own failures, everyone notices something baffling. Liliana is standing there as if it were nothing. She watches them in confusion, thinking it's some kind of sick joke. After confirming she heard the voice too, they deduce that her lack of malice makes her immune. The group's fate falls into Liliana's hands, and she decides to step into the role of the hero. Ignoring the warnings, she runs toward the pedestal where the witch's remains are glowing. As she descends the steps, the floor lights up, dividing into squares of light. Massive stone statues emerge, forming orderly rows. It's a shatranj board, an ancient strategy game. The problem is, Liliana doesn't know how to play. She and Ricardo admit they've only ever seen it from a distance, while Ezzo confesses to having no real practice because he never had anyone to play with. And while Garfiel knew the game thanks to his matches with Otto and Subaru, he was far too incapacitated to help. Despite these unfair circumstances, the duel begins as an enemy statue moves forward. Ezzo notices that Liliana already made her first move by crossing the line, turning herself into a piece on the board. Desperate, Ezzo tries to guide the diva, asking her to move a pawn forward to defend herself. But Liliana decides that normal tactics are boring. She declares that a leader must show courage first, so she chooses to move the most valuable piece from the get-go, the king. Ezzo screams in horror at such a strategic suicide, knowing that defeat on this board means death for everyone. Meanwhile, Garfiel silently struggles with his own agony. The weight of his sin, that invisible chain that haunts him no matter how far he goes, keeps him useless against the floor. He watches in despair as the lives of his friends now depend on the most unpredictable person in the city. The final battle for the temple's secrets has begun, and it won't be a fight of brute strength, but a mental duel where a diva who only thinks about music must win a game to survive. But that's a story you don't know yet. Remember that I've started a cut content series on the channel,